Solo Sikoa to turn on Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. Vince McMahon was right to invest in Austin Theory, CM Punk to face Stone Cold at WrestleMania 39. 25-year-old WWE superstar challenges Roman Reigns. Original Damage Control member revealed. Sami Zayn on uniting with the Usos. Let's jump right into it. Vince McMahon was right to invest in Austin Theory. Austin Theory is currently one of the main features on WWE TV once again and is attracting the right kind of attention. Hall of Famer Kurt Angle has opened up about how Theory might be one of the stars with the most potential in the promotion. Austin Theory is currently the WWE United States Champion, having won the title in a triple threat match against Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley at Survivor Series. This came, however, after a period where it looked like Theory had lost the favor of the management and was no longer a key figure in WWE after Vince McMahon's retirement. Theory's inability to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase appeared to signal the end of his push in WWE, but the weeks since have proven it untrue. In his recent interview with Bill Apter of Sportskeeda Wrestling, Kurt Angle spoke about how he was impressed with Austin Theory and could understand what Vince McMahon saw in him when he decided to push him. "I'm impressed by this kid and I understand why Vince McMahon loved him so much. He's the whole thing. He has everything. He can talk, he's got a great look, he can wrestle. This kid was groomed by Vince McMahon when he started and rightfully so. That's what Vince McMahon did with me as well. I think this kid has a huge future, and he's going to be a dominating wrestler in the future." WrestleMania 38 was a big show for the young star as he got to share the ring not only with former WWE Chairman Vince McMahon but also with the wrestling legend Stone Cold Steve Austin. Recalling the night, Theory noted, having a great match with Pat McAfee and then after that, having Mr. McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin standing in the ring together, and then later, me getting stunned into the skies of Dallas, was pretty amazing. It's one of those things, you think about Austin and me being one of those guys selling the stunner, I had to put my own stamp on it, and being able to share the ring with Stone Cold is definitely a memorable moment. Holding the US title, it appears that Austin Theory is entering a feud with Seth Rollins at the moment. Are you a fan of Theory? Sound off in the comments below. CM Punk to face Stone Cold at WrestleMania 39. Former WWE referee Jimmy Corder has recently discussed the possibility of CM Punk facing Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 39 next year. The straight-edge superstar was suspended by All Elite Wrestling following the brawl-out incident, and a current AEW talent has seemingly confirmed that he is no longer part of the promotion. Meanwhile, Austin is reportedly interested in returning to the ring at the Show of Shows next year, as he was pleased with his recent match against Kevin Owens. Speaking to Wrestling Inc., Jimmy Corder has shared his thoughts on a possible match between CM Punk and Steve Austin. It would be interesting to see if they could do business together, because Steve's up there in the hierarchy. To me, it'd just be the curiosity of how they would make this match work, he said. His straight-edge superstar parted ways with WWE in 2014. He made his long-awaited return to professional wrestling on AEW Rampage last year. CM Punk is one of the biggest stars in the industry right now, and it'd be a huge deal if he were to return to WWE. Jimmy Corder has shared his thoughts on this, stating, "It's interesting, because me personally, I don't have an issue with CM Punk, he always treated me well. There is that perception that he is a little bit of a disruption backstage. If they think they can make money with it, as long as they get an agreement with him that he won't stir the pot, why not? There's money to be made there. I don't see why not. Again, it all depends on Punk, too." Former AEW TNT champion and Executive Vice President Cody Rhodes returned to WWE this year. It'll be interesting to see whether Punk will follow suit and make his way back to the company. Would you like to see a match between Punk and Austin at WrestleMania 39? Sound off in the comments below. Original Damage Control member revealed. Despite losing several matches recently, Damage Control is still one of the top stables in the company, as they hold the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Dakota Kai has revealed that the group was originally supposed to have Tegan Nox and a current Raw superstar. Earlier this year, Bayley returned to WWE along with Dakota Kai and Io Sky to form the Damage Control stable. The trio has since tried to terrorize the Red Brand and even captured the Women's Tag Team Championship on 2 occasions. However, the stable was allegedly supposed to look very different, with more than 3 members. Speaking on the Getting Over podcast, Dakota Kai noted that the stable was planned to have 4 members, including release star Tegan Nox and a returning Candice LeRae. When first mentioned it to me a couple of years, it was myself, Candice LeRae, and Tegan. Those were the ones that were from the start. And obviously, things that happened from then until now, everything changes. She also mentioned that pitches were made for Alba Fire, Io Sky, and Raquel Rodriguez to join the group. However, Nox hasn't returned to the company, and LeRae is working on the Red Brand. In July 2022, Bayley returned to WWE TV for the first time in over a year and confronted Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch alongside her stablemate. After the event, the group took out Becky Lynch, who was written off television due to an injury she suffered during her match with Belair. Since then, the faction has been trying to gain control of the Red brand while feuding with the EST. While Kai and Sky have won a few title matches, Bayley has struggled to defeat Bianca Belair numerous times. Last week, Becky Lynch returned to confront the group and joined Team Belair for Survivor Series War Games. Last Monday, Damage Control took the fight to the man as they were seen brawling with Lynch throughout the arena. It looks like the Irish star's first feud since returning to action will be against the Bayley-led faction. Do you think the group can defeat Becky Lynch? Sound off in the comments section below. 25-year-old WWE superstar challenges Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns faced several superstars during his monstrous run as the Universal Champion of the Blue brand before becoming the undisputed WWE Universal Champion at WrestleMania 38. Recently, NXT champion Braun Breaker said he could face the Tribal Chief on the main roster. Earlier this year, Roman Reigns became the head of both brands when he defeated Brock Lesnar at the Show of Shows to unify both world titles. Since then, the Tribal Chief has decimated several superstars in his path with the help of the Bloodline to remain the champion. Recently, Reigns has been feuding with the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens on the Blue brand. Speaking on WWE Deutschland, NXT champion Braun Breaker was asked if there was any superstar with whom he would like to have a first-time ever match, and Breaker named Reigns among other stars. Yeah, sure, Roman Reigns. You know, Seth Rollins or Kevin Owens. Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, AJ Styles. I would love to work with everybody. Breaker also mentioned several former world champions, including Sheamus, McIntyre, Rollins, and Owens. Earlier this month, War Games was announced for the main roster as it replaced the traditional 5-on-5 elimination match from the Survivor Series Premium Live event. Roman Reigns and the Bloodline were set to step inside the steel structure against the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens. Unfortunately, the Bloodline lost the advantage match before the event. During the main event, both teams gave their best and took the other team to their limits. The match was filled with hardcore moments and tension between the Tribal Chief and Sami Zayn. After Zayn's interaction with Owens, it sparked doubts in the mind of Reigns. Nevertheless, Sami Zayn proved his loyalty to the Bloodline when he low-blowed Owens and hit him with his finisher. Zayn's actions allowed the team to capitalize as Jey Uso hit a splash for the win. The Bloodline won the first ever men's War Games match on the main roster. Do you think the Tribal Chief will kick Sami Zayn out of the Bloodline? Sound off in the comments section. Sami Zayn on uniting with the Usos. Sami Zayn shared a two-word reaction after making up with the Usos in WWE. The Bloodline battled the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens in the men's War Games match at Survivor Series. The bout was the main event of the Premium Live event in Boston. Zayn was the main reason the Bloodline won the match. He hit his old friend Kevin Owens with a low blow and stepped aside so that Jey Uso could have the moment. Jey delivered a frog splash to KO for the pinfall victory. After the match, Roman Reigns and Jey both gave the honorary Uso a hug. The Tribal Chief had confronted Sami earlier on the show about the conversation he had with Kevin Owens on SmackDown. Zayn assured Roman that he had the Bloodline's back and proved it in the main event of WWE Survivor Series. Now that the tensions in the Bloodline have settled, Sami took to Twitter to share a two-word reaction to being on good terms with Jimmy and Jey once again. The head of the table recently suggested that Zayn be renamed Sami Uso, and the Great Liberator may have taken it seriously. The USOS tweeted Zayn. WWE legend Teddy Long recently appeared on Sportskeeda Wrestling's one-on-one show and praised the honorary use. Teddy claimed that Sami has always been a hidden talent, and it is great to see that somebody has finally realized how valuable he is. I haven't been able to sit down and really take the time to really watch it all, but Sami Zayn has always been a great performer. I had the chance to work with him one time, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Sami Zayn is like a hidden talent. Maybe finally somebody realizes what they've had there all the time, said Teddy Long. The Bloodline is currently stronger than they have ever been in WWE. It will be interesting to see if there is anyone on the roster that can step up to them. Do you think Sami Zayn will betray the Bloodline or vice versa? Let us know in the comments section below. Solo Sikoa to turn on Roman Reigns in the Bloodline. Roman Reigns is a very happy man after Survivor Series War Games. After weeks of tension, dissension, and arguments, everything was settled once the battle lines were drawn. By the time the match was done, every Uso was on the same page and stronger than ever. Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn, and Solo Sikoa now constitute a united and well-drilled faction that looks nigh unstoppable. This week on Raw, the honorary Usos and the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions were vibing together and hugging it out. They invited the former NXT North American champion to join them, but the stuck-up fellow wasn't feeling it. Boo. Fans speculating how the Bloodline will break up is the hot conversation in wrestling today. Many have pegged Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and even Roman Reigns as potential turncoats. But what if it turns out to be an outside shout in Solo Sikoa? A case can be made for Sikoa betraying Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. He could literally go solo and prioritize personal glory ahead of his family. He is yet to take a loss via pinfall or submission and is quietly building an invincible aura for himself. Along with it comes an ego, which could rise to the surface one day at the cost of the ones as a unit. Solo Sikoa couldn't have asked for a better start to his WWE main roster career than being accepted into the Bloodline. Acknowledging Roman Reigns as the tribal chief saw him hot-shotted into the greatest act in wrestling today. He revealed that he was relieved and happy to be part of the faction with him and the Usos. Me joining the Bloodline has made things a whole lot easier for me. I'm out there with some of the all-time greats. I'm out there with my brothers the Usos, one of the best tag teams in WWE. I'm out there with Roman Reigns, the greatest champion all time. The Weissman, Paul Heyman, and honorary Uso, Sami Zayn. So I have all these people out there helping me. They're molding me to be great just as much as them. So I know when I'm out there in the ring, I know they have my back. They're always critiquing me on my matches, giving me advice, what I could do more, what I could do better, what not to do. Solo Sikoa has all the time in the world to develop his game and level up. He is a star with a lot of potential and has been showing it every week.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take